You will often hear me sing the praises of the irrevocable Medicaid Asset Protection Trust. It's a legal planning tool that helps you protect what is probably the biggest asset that you own, your home. Not only is there memories in the home, there's sentimental value to the home, but it's monetarily a sizable asset that represents a lot of your hard-earned savings. If you need long-term care, which puts you in about 70% of the population, and Medicaid will pick up the tab for thousands and thousands of dollars every single month, well, at the end of your life, the government is obligated to look through your estate, see what you owned, and then force into a sale anything that will pay them back for all that care. So, if you put things into a trust like your house, that's completely off limits from the government going in and raiding your stuff to get paid back, and instead, whatever you put in the trust will go to your children, your family. So a lot of people think that's a great idea, but I get a lot of really good questions when I start walking through how the trust works. I'm Patrick Cauley with Keystone Elder Law, and I wanted to go through some of the most frequently asked questions about trusts that are designed to protect your home from Medicaid for long-term care, from other creditors. And probably the most common is, I have a mortgage that's still on my house. I have a home equity line of credit. Can I still put the house into the trust? Will the lender let me do that? The answer is yes. That wasn't always the case, but Congress changed the law in the early 1980s so that people can do responsible planning like this, part of their estate planning, and a provision in your loan, whether it's a mortgage or a HELOC, says that they can call the whole loan, make you pay back the whole amount if you transfer the deed to that property. Well, they can't call the loan if you're just putting it into a trust. It's still essentially yours. You're not giving it away so that they can't collect on the debt that you owe them. You may put it into the trust without worrying about that outstanding loan. Another question I get is, once the house is in the trust, what if you decide to downsize? What if you decide to sell the house and move somewhere else? Can you do that? The answer is yes, you may. The trustee, who now has control of the house, and that trustee, by the way, might be you, can simply sell the house like anybody else can sell a house. The trustee can use the proceeds of the sale to buy a new house. That's all allowable. So the answer to that question is yes, you can sell a house once it's in a trust. The third question is related to the second. What if I need to take out a mortgage to buy the new house I'm buying? What if I want to refinance the mortgage that's on the house in the trust? Well, that's a little different. So you might need to take the house out of the trust long enough so that the lender can deal with an individual. They get a little picky about dealing with entities, especially asset protection trusts, because it makes them nervous that they won't be able to collect on the debt that after they loan you money. So if you want to refinance, it might not be the time to put the house into the trust. Refinance, then put the house in the trust. If you need to sell that house and buy another, and because the next house is more expensive, you need to get a mortgage, you will want to take care of the mortgage as an individual outside of the trust, then put the new house into the trust. So it's a momentary disruption of your plan, but it's not a big deal. But generally, with the house or the money inside the trust, the banks don't want to deal with a trustee. They want to deal with you as an individual. But otherwise, you can put the house into the trust even if there is a mortgage then on it. So these are just some of the questions that come up. Hey, ask me a question in the comments. Reach out to me, info@KeystoneElderLaw.com if you have questions about protecting your largest asset, your home, with an asset protection trust.